I have all the pictures with them having an affair and other stuff.
Last week in Hollywood, a messy divorce bombshell dropped, and it is ugly. We're talking about the end of Denise Richards and Aaron Phypers' marriage, a split that is now a chaotic war of accusations, including domestic violence, cheating, smashed phones, and restraining orders. But just as that story was dominating headlines, another celebrity couple gave us a serious case of whiplash by getting married in a surprise ceremony that was the definition of effortless cool. And if your head isn't spinning yet, we're trying to figure out if one of the world's most watched couples is putting on a very public performance for the cameras, or if their romantic getaway is the real deal. Is all this PDA a sign of true love, or is it just expert-level damage control? Now, before we get into the absolute chaos, I need to say something. Don't be shy down there in the comments. That comment section is for you. It's your safe space to go off, share your theories, and react to this madness. I'm going to be in there replying to every single comment, so let me know what you're thinking. Don't make me feel like I'm talking to myself here. Let's build a community and break this down together. All right, let's just get right into it, because the biggest story of the week, after the Coldplay astronomer CEO affair, is a divorce that has exploded into a full-blown melodrama. After 6 years of marriage, Aaron Phypers has officially filed for divorce from Denise Richards, and the accusations flying from both sides are truly shocking. Phypers filed the papers in Los Angeles, listing their date of separation as July 4th and citing irreconcilable differences. But sources close to Aaron say the real reason is much more scandalous. Phypers claims that the marriage fell apart after he discovered Denise was cheating on him. He alleges he found super inappropriate text messages between Richards and another man on her laptop earlier this year, which included selfies and plans for a secret hotel meetup. Things apparently came to a head on July 4th during a confrontation where Phypers accused Richards of taking and smashing his phone because it contained screenshots proving her affair. But the drama doesn't stop there.
Yeah, it doesn't.
For her part, Richards was granted a temporary restraining order against Phypers, whom she accused of repeated physical and verbal abuse throughout their marriage, causing multiple concussions and even threatening her life. In the filing, she included graphic photos of her with a black eye. Phypers has vehemently denied all of the abuse allegations, calling them completely false and deeply hurtful, and claiming Denise is creating a story to save her image. In his filing, he is also requesting spousal support from Richards. The whole situation is a brutal turn, especially since Denise declared on her reality show just months ago, "I'm never getting divorced again, even if we hate each other." Now, my take? We've seen this movie before with Denise. We can't talk about this divorce without talking about her nuclear-level split from Charlie Sheen back in 2005. She filed for divorce from him while 6 months pregnant, and it became one of the most toxic and public battles in Hollywood history. She later said she felt guilty for splitting the family, but couldn't let her daughters be raised by a man with his issues. It feels like history is repeating itself, just with a different leading man. The fan reaction is completely split. On one side, you have people saying things like, "He always seemed off, this scene definitely gave red flags," referring to a resurfaced clip from The Real Housewives where he seems to threaten her on camera. Others are fully supporting Denise, with one fan commenting, "You are going to come back stronger than ever." This breakup is destined to be anything but simple, and frankly, it's following a pattern that's all too familiar. Now, for that whiplash I mentioned. While one of Hollywood's biggest love stories was imploding, one of music's coolest couples was making it official in the most low-key, stylish way imaginable. Pop visionary Charli XCX and the 1975's drummer George Daniel are married. In a move that is so perfectly them, they skipped the massive celebrity circus and got hitched in an intimate surprise ceremony at Hackney Town Hall in London with about 20 guests. This wasn't some big publicized event. In fact, they literally walked down Hackney High Street to their reception at a local Italian spot. It was chic, quiet, and a total delight for fans who've been rooting for them since they started working together in 2021. And the fashion was perfect. Charli rocked a gorgeous off-the-shoulder, corseted mini dress by Vivienne Westwood. It was edgy but romantic, and she paired it with classic white heels, a simple veil, And, naturally, her signature black sunglasses. George looked just as sharp in a dark double-breasted suit. This is my opinion, but this is how you do a celebrity wedding. It reminds me of other stars who opted for privacy over a public spectacle like Daniel Craig and Rachel Weisz, who got married with only 4 people present. It's a bold statement that their connection is more important than the performance. Fans are eating it up. The reactions are overwhelmingly positive, with tweets like, "Pop royalty just got their crown. Congrats to Charli and George," and "The only royal wedding I care about." Of course, being Charli, she let fans in on her own terms, posting a funny TikTok with the caption, "When George isn't crying when he sees me walking down the aisle," before confirming that, yes, he did actually get emotional. It was playful and real. While sources say a bigger party is planned for Sicily later this year, this intimate London wedding felt like the perfect, genuine start to their married life. It was just a dose of pure happiness we all needed this week. What a week, right? We've gone from a Hollywood divorce to an indie pop love story in minutes. Before we jump to our final story and try to figure out what's going on with the Biebers, do me a quick favor. If you're enjoying this breakdown, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss your weekly celebrity news roundup. And finally, we're off to Greece, where Justin and Hailey Bieber have been putting on a masterclass in the public display of affection. This isn't just a simple vacation. It's turned into a fascinating look at celebrity relationships. For months, the Biebers have been plagued by rumors of marriage trouble. So this very public, very touchy-feely getaway has everyone asking, is this a real romantic reset or a brilliantly staged PR move to shut down the haters? Let's look at the evidence. The photos look ripped from a romance movie's mood board, kissing against the white walls of Oya, holding hands, and endless hugs. Justin has been leading the charge on Instagram, posting photo dumps full of him kissing Hailey, captioned with things like, "Forever and always." He even seems to address their issues on his new album, with lyrics like, "Baby, I ain't walking away. You were my diamond, gave you a ring. I made you a promise. I told you I'd change." Fan reaction is a war zone. On one side, comments are flooded with relationship goals, and many see this as proof that their love is stronger than ever. One fan wrote, "This is what love looks like." But on the other side, skepticism is high. Critics feel it looks performative, with comments like, "Glad you like your wife today," and "Trying way too hard, bro. We see through it." My take? It's impossible to look at this without the context of their history. The timing, right after sources claimed they were struggling, feels calculated. This kind of PDA offensive is a classic crisis management tool for celebrity couples. When rumors fly, you flood the zone with lovey-dovey pictures. But with these two, it's more complicated. The shadow of Justin's past relationships, particularly with Selena Gomez, still fuels a significant portion of the online doubt. Their entire relationship has been under a microscope, and this trip feels like an attempt to control a narrative that has spiraled. The truth is probably somewhere in the middle. Relationships are complicated, especially under that level of fame. They could be genuinely working through issues and using the vacation to project an image of stability. It really highlights the no-win situation for a couple like the Biebers. If they aren't seen together, rumors fly. If they're all over each other, they're accused of faking it. So there you have it. A week in the world of celebrity love that gave us some serious emotional whiplash. We saw the messy implosion of Denise Richards and Aaron Phypers' marriage, a story that feels like a sequel to her infamous split from Charlie Sheen. We got to celebrate the effortlessly cool and genuinely joyful surprise wedding of Charli XCX and George Daniel, a welcome dose of authenticity. And we're left to analyze the PDA-heavy vacation of Justin and Hailey Bieber, trying to guess what's real and what's for the cameras. It just goes to show you how wild, unpredictable, and complicated love can be when you're famous. What are your thoughts? Are you Team Denise or Team Aaron? Was Charli's wedding the coolest of the year? And what's your final verdict on the Biebers' romantic tour? Let me know everything you're thinking in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We'll see you tomorrow for another breakdown of everything going on in pop culture.